Here are the parts that you're going to need for each installation. You're going to need a scale plate that's going to get mounted to the housing. You're going to need a scale band that actually wraps around the knob. You're going to need drive rivets, so you're going to need two of the longer drive rivets. So we have both a shorter drive rivet and a longer drive rivet. So these over here are my longer drive rivets. These are my shorter drive rivets. I've sent 100 of each. That's more than enough. They're small parts, they're easy to lose, they're hard to handle. So we have those parts. So we'll use two of the long drive rivets with the scale plate that goes on the housing. Then for the band, we use one of the long drive rivets, and that will join the two ends of the band to the knob, as we'll see shortly. And then we'll use the two shorter ones, and those will go into the intermediate positions on the band. To form the plates, you're going to need three parts. You're going to need two pieces of Schedule 40 1-inch pipe. Stainless steel is what I'm using. So two pieces of that, and you're going to need a hand vise. Okay, here's my method for curling the label that goes on the knob. So I have a 1-inch nipple that's clamped in this vise, and I've got another 1-inch nipple that I'm going to use together. Take the other 1-inch nipple and kind of trap it underneath the jaw of the vise. Take my ribbon with the printed side on the outside, okay, and clamp these together with my hand, and then I'll grab the ribbon and I'll pull it through that, and then I'll reverse it, start about the center, and pull it straight through again, like that, and gives us a nice curl on the ribbon, which then we will install on the knob. Alright, we're going to talk about how to curl the nameplate. So the nameplate's flat, it's got two slots in it, it's got the text on the front side. So we're going to use, again, the 1-inch Schedule 40 pipe, two pieces of it. I got the one nipple in the vise, solid. I'm going to take the other piece and I'm going to insert the nameplate down in between the two pieces of pipe, clamp it with my hand, and then I'm going to bend it over about the halfway point, and then I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to do the same thing again to the halfway point. So we got a nice bend in that. Looks good. So it's tighter than it needs to be on the housing. I happen to have a housing here, so we'll just take a look at it relative to the knob. So when we install these, we're going to line them up with the sticker, and they're going to be tight, so they're bent tight. Well, we kind of want that because we want it to lay down flat, because the knob needs to pass over the scale, and we'll line it up with the scale, and we'll also line the 100% up with the knob edge when the pump is set at 100%. So I want to be clear about how to maintain the labeling calibration of the pump. So I'm going to use this example. Sorry, it's kind of a rough example that we had here in the lab, but it's easy for me to demonstrate this. So if we look at the pump right now, it's at its 100% setting. So the knob is at the 0 position, and the scale on the housing is at 100. So we want to be able to maintain those. So that means when we bring the replacement scale in for the knob, we're going to want the 0 to match on the new scale, exactly where the 0 is on the existing scale. That means we need to position this very carefully when we go to drill the holes. So we're drilling the holes at the 7% position. So if I turn this over to 7% from the 100, right, so that's now at 97%. This is where I'm going to actually attach my scale, right? I'm going to match the 7 to the 7, and I'm going to drill the hole that's in the center of my shot there. Sorry, I only have one hand available. And that hole, this metal scale is going to wrap around, and a drive rivet is going to go through the 2 holes that'll keep that band on the knob. Okay. Once I've done that, and I have the band wrapped around the knob, and I have the 7s aligned, I'm going to rotate the knob back to the 100% position. So now on the scale, that 0 on the scale is going to match the 0 on the label, but this new metal scale is going to create a new edge. So now you see that the edge no longer aligns to the label. So it's important that we had the pump set at 100%. So we know that it's set at 100%. With this in place, we know this is at 100. So when we bring our new scale in, we need to make sure that the edge of the band that's on the knob aligns with the 100% position on the new scale that gets mounted to the housing. I'm sorry, it's really hard to do this one-handed. So here we go. Okay. So my 0 matches the knob label. My 100 matches the new edge of the metal label. And that's how we align the two. Before we get started with this band installation, we're going to pre-drill the hole that's going to hold both ends of the band in place. So the thing we need to do here is we need to match the 7% knob indication with the 7% on the band. You just see that there. Sorry, it's in the glare a little bit. So in order to do that, we're going to bring the metal band over the plastic label, and we're going to identify this hole location that we can see right here, and then holding it here, we're going to go ahead and drill it through that hole, and that is going to mark, and we'll make sure that the edge of that metal band is up tight against the knob, and that's going to mark the location and the position of that rivet that's going to hold both ends of the band together. So you can see I've already pre-drilled that hole. There's that hole. So now when I wrap this band around, both ends will overlap that hole, which I can't do one-handed. Both ends of the band will overlap that one hole, and then we'll put the drive rivet through both bands, and that will hold the band in the proper position on the knob and together on the knob so it won't fall off. Okay, I'm going to show you how to install the band using the band clamp. So first we're going to feed the band clamp around the housing. And you can't see that very well. And then we're going to tighten the band clamp. Turn it from the back. Let's see what I'm doing. So we're going to tighten this this is going to help us position the band on the knob. Okay, there I'm tight, so I'm going to loosen by maybe 4 or 5 turns because I want some space. And now I'm going to take the scale band with the holes towards the knob. See the hole there? Hole there. Okay. And sorry, I need to have my knob oriented so that the 7 is in the proper location. And I've pre-drilled my hole, so I'm all set with that. And now I'm going to feed my band around the knob. Sorry, that's position my hands a little better so that you can see that, and line up the end of the band with the hole. So very difficult for you to see that because it's in shadow here, but there's my hole, and you can see the hole in the knob. So I'll get that approximately located, and then stretch the band all the way around, and then bring the band clamp up and over the Alright, so the band clamp now is holding the scale band in place. So now I can tighten the band clamp a little bit. And my tightening nut is at the bottom right now. That in place. And tighten the band clamp. As I do that, the holes should come into alignment. So, I don't know if you can see that, but there they come. They're pretty close right now. And I'll feed that over the knob and get that close to the spot where I want it. I'm going to continue to tighten until the band clamp is in the right position and the two holes are aligned. There we go. So my two holes are aligned. Now I'm going to rotate them relative to the knob, so I'm going to kind of slide the whole assembly. I'm actually turning the torque adjustment knob, and I'm going to use just a little screwdriver or an Allen key in this case to line my hole up to the pre-drilled hole in the knob. So now my hole in the knob is lined up with my band. And I'm going to take one of the long drive rivets, and I'm going to drive it into the hole. I'm going to use my punch with a little bit of grease on the end to line it up to the hole. And it's really getting it started. Once you get it started properly, it should hold. And then tap that. So once I have the one side done, let's see if I can get a little better image of that. It's a little better. Sorry about that. You can see that's tapped in, it's down tight. Two ends of the band are overlapping, so now I can remove the band clamp. I'll use my nut driver on the bottom side here, and I will loosen the band clamp and get that out of the way. And now I can rotate the knob to the 9% position, and that'll be the other drilled hole position. I tighten it to the knob, and now I can drill that position. And then we're going to bring in our new nameplate for scale. This our dry screw, we've got a little bit of grease on the end of the punch, and now we're going to set